It's Real Life is Friends podcast. We are on episode number 41. It is also the first episode in November and almost time for our 1 year anniversary. We only got like a week or so left.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
We've been doing this a year together?
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
We'd have held it down for almost a year. Look at us.
But yep. So, like I said, we're on episode number 41 of Real Life is Friends podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly.
Mila.
We have a great show for you tonight.
Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. DJ Quick, if you didn't know.
Talking about, okay, because I was like, I
DJ Quick, you don't know that song.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're singing. I don't know.
These young folks don't know no music.
What is, for episode 41, what is your question of the week, Mila?
Well, I had one question in mind, and I think it could be a two-part series because one is we love us some Selena. Why do we love Selena so much?
Baby, when you say we, you need to stop including me.
You don't like Selena's?
I don't know her.
Selena Bitty Bitty Bum Bum?
I don't know her like that. Like I don't think I've ever watched her movie or anything. So, and I never listened to her. So when you say we, me has to be excluded because I don't know her like that.
Well, the people,
but I do know a lot of people do like Selena. I just don't have nothing for you. I just don't know.
So I guess.
So I take it you like Selena then.
I like Selena. I mean, I think, I don't know why we love Selena so much. And I think that would be the African American, most of the people in the African American community, why we love us some Selena. Because when they was talking about letting that woman out, baby, we was like pissed. Like, no, she need to stay in there. She killed Selena. So I guess
this is my Native American side. Like, who is Selena? But that's probably the side that probably should know her more. But
you should know Selena. Okay, so what celebrity that has gone on to glory that we go hard in the paint for and we're not gonna allow nobody to talk about it, and we're gonna exclude Whitney.
Well, I was gonna say Whitney, but people make jokes about Whitney, but like you don't be too disrespectful when it comes to Whitney.
So we have a limit. Like, okay, you can say a little bit about Whit, but don't be disrespectful. And I think that's like Selena. We ain't gonna talk bad. We don't want that lady out of jail. We gonna honor Selena. And I guess that's like Whitney. You ain't gonna talk bad about Whitney. We rock with Whitney through the good, the bad, the drug use, all of it. And we stand 10 toes down with Whit.
I will say that only 2-3 other people come to mind because I'm thinking music wise, even though I don't know why I'm thinking music wise. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, this still necessarily does not apply to me. But I feel like Prince, Michael Jackson, and Aaliyah. I will say Aaliyah was probably one of the deaths that like literally shook me to the core. I think I cried when she passed away, but like really? I was like, because I remember I went to college. I was in college and everything. I went to school.
I think I was fresh out in between undergrad and grad school, so I kind of do remember that. And okay, so let's think back. Okay, see, like I remember my mama was saying she remember being in school when I think either Martin Luther King got killed or John F. Kennedy. So it's like, okay, what memory stands out in your mind? And like, do you remember where you were at when you heard that a certain celebrity died?
So I know where I was at when Prince died, and I was confused. So because again, I know people like Prince, and I'm not saying I don't like Prince. It's just that he's not in my top 10 of people like that.
Okay.
So I was at a luncheon. I think it was some
At
kind
our
of,
old job.
I think it was Power of the Purse. Maybe it was the Power of the Purse luncheon. It was either Power
Okay.
of Purse luncheon or either it was the Heart Association luncheon. Because I feel like I had on red.
Okay.
That's why I figure like it was one or the other.
It was during April, I think, wasn't it? Like April.
Yeah. And one of my friends, she was like, Prince passed away. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I don't like, I'm just saying. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so where were you
I
at
don't know what to say.
Okay, so when Aaliyah died, where were you at? You was in college, you said.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know exactly what date did she die.
She had to
I
die
just
like
got to college. Yeah, it was
like
it was
2001 maybe.
Yeah, it was August 2001.
Okay.
I just know I was somewhere on campus. Where exactly? Not positive, but I just know that I was somewhere on campus when she yeah.
Okay. I remember where I was at when Michael Jackson died. I remember I was at a job in Memphis. I remember when he died. I can remember when Tupac died. That was, I think Tupac and Biggie was like freshman year, so one was maybe like fall and one was like spring of freshman year. So I kind of
Okay.
remember, yeah, I remember that. Uh, who else major, I guess? Aaliyah. I remember because they were doing 106 in Park time, so I kind of remember that. And see, when Biggie and Pac died, that was like MTV time when they were like Kurt Loder and all them folks would kind of break in.
Now I do remember we were I feel like maybe I don't know if he had died or just got shot, but I was definitely on the bus in the high school. Like I was in the band, and I remember being on the school bus, and they was like, Tupac got shot, and
And think back though, so when celebrities died, like these celebrities we're talking about, cell phones and beeper was still cell phones were evolving.
baby, when Tupac died in the 1996, what is you talking about? Some cell phones, baby. Who had a cell phone?
That's what I'm saying.
People
It's like
had them bricks.
Right. That's what I'm saying though. It was kind of like evolving back then. So it was like you really had it was like word of mouth if somebody heard something on the news, and then the word kind of but nobody has it wasn't a mass text message sent out.
No, and it
Like
wasn't
with
on no social media and stuff like
no,
that.
there was none of that.
So the
That was
fact that we knew that and that happened in Vegas, that's a testament to the fact that somebody was nosy and somebody was able to get that information all the way to us in good old Alabama.
in
Well, I
Alabama.
was in Alabama, so
I was in Alabama too. So think about that was like breaking news like came in. So it was like, oh, dang. And then you had to go back and kind of watch the news. And again, during this time, cable was coming up. So you maybe had to kind of listen to the radio. Who listens to the radio, like regular radio channels now?
I do. I listen to my cousin, but it's on a website. But it's a real station. But I'm just not there in Alabama, so I listen to it on the website. But I listen to
But
my
again,
cousin.
we had to listen. I mean, but just think, we had to listen to stuff you know, we got word of mouth when somebody died during that time. Like I remember, okay, when Eazy-E died, I was in high school. I think I remember my mama taking me to school. So think about how social media and the news has traveled and evolved when somebody dies.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I know who he was, to be honest. I'm
Who
positive I didn't.
Eazy-E?
Mm-hmm. I
From
know who he is
NWA?
now, but back then, the possibility of me knowing who he was, absolutely, the chances are going to be very low. The chances are very low. Um,
And see, ladies and gentlemen, that's how the generation things had a change in generations and age groups happens. Who don't know Eazy-E? Just like she
I
didn't
know
even
him
know.
now. I know him
Okay, she
now.
didn't even know just when I was singing "Tonight is the night." Oh yeah, that was Betty Wright,
I
and
know
then
Betty
that was
Wright.
awesome.
I know No
She
Pain, No
posted
Gain. Ain't that's Barry White or Karen White? It's somebody. It's one of the whites.
that's Betty Wright
Okay.
and Karen White song "Turn the Lights Down." It's time to get romantic. Do, 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 do.
Who sung I'm Not Your Superwoman?
Karen White.
Okay. That's the song I know.
So what we're going to have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm gonna need you all to submit songs so that we can get Kimberly on board because Rod, she don't know none of these songs, and she barely know the peoples. She don't even know she know DJ Quick Peeps.
I think
Do
I
you know
heard that name before. I can pick them out of a lineup. I'm positive of that. But I if I see the name, I'll be like, I know that name before. I heard of that name before. I can do that. You like I'm frustrated. Why do you not know anything? It's
I
not my
mean,
fault.
it is.
No, it's not.
See, you need to listen. At
How is that
least
my
listen.
fault? I think like I
You have
remember
older siblings, so you should have been listening to these songs.
what them older siblings got to do with me. I don't
You
know
didn't
what
listen.
they listened to. I was in the house with my mama. My mama we listened to Mariah Carey. I'm almost positive we listened to Michael Jackson. And well, my mama's a country music fan. I don't know if she want me to tell everybody that, but it is what it is.
I
She
mean, the
probably don't
country
care because
music
I be
people.
telling the people all the time on TikTok that she loves some Reba and she loves some Dolly. But yeah, I don't. I grew up watching MTV like in the morning time. So if you
Clearly,
talk
you was
about
watching
like Third Eye
MTV
Blind
with
or
a.
whatever, like is it Third Eye Blind or whatever that group is?
I think that
Like
sound
no
about like
doubt,
it. Yeah.
like no doubt, Beck, them those were the people that I listened to. So I have no recollection of like if it wasn't on MTV growing up, then the chances of me knowing it is going to be slim to none.
So you
If it
didn't. So
wasn't on
you didn't watch.
wait, if it wasn't on MTV or Hee Haw, because I used to watch Hee Haw.
Now I will say I do remember he ha 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 he ha. I do remember that only because it was an aunt that I had growing up. We called her Big Mama, and she would look at hee haw. Uh, so I do
It
remember
is Third
that.
Eye Blind. Third Eye Blind. I'm saying
So
I grew up
when there was Yo MTV Raps, where was you at? You weren't watching that?
absolutely not. I'm watching like with Carson Daly, like that kind.
You talking about what
I'm
is it?
not watching Yo MTV. I did not watch Yo MTV Raps.
What is it? Total
I'm
Request? Was it Total
Yeah,
Request?
Total Request Live. Yep, and whatever they had in the morning time.
So did you ever watch 106 and Park?
Not really. I'm
You didn't watch
MTV.
106 in Park?
Not really. Now I did watch what I did watch on BET. I did watch me some Donnie's. Is it Donnie Simpson? Simpson?
Yes, some video
Mm-hmm.
song.
Yeah, I watched that.
Did you watch Teen Summit on BET?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Okay,
watched that
we
too.
getting somewhere. No Rap City in the basement or nothing like that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I watched The Real World and I watched Road Rules. Um, then I used to watch Nickelodeon, um, Double Dare, the one with the temple, the hidden temple. Um,
Hidden Temple.
mhm. I don't
I
know the name
remember
of
that
it,
show.
but
What was it? They used to slime folks, but I feel like
hmm
it had another name
that's
to it.
that's Double Dare. Double Dare. They used to
No, it
slime people
used
on
to be
Double
some.
Dare.
It was another little kind of sitcom thing on Nickelodeon. Uh oh, I can't think. Uh
Oh, was it one that you climb up the little fake mountain?
no, that wasn't
Oh,
it. I can't think. But wow, Kim, I need you to kind of go back to your 90s R&B and hip hop.
no, I'm good. I'm good. My era was the MTV era, and I'm okay with it. It's still that's I still listen to pop music more than I listen to anything else. I
So
listen to
if
pop
we
music
were
and
on
gospel,
a
pop music, gospel, and girl rap, not boy rap, unless it's Yin Yang Twins, Juvenile, and Ludacris.
so if we was to be invited on Shazam, I
Hmm.
don't know if you'll win with me.
Now, it depends on if it's the songs that I like. Pour some sugar on me. Like, I got it. But well, let me just say this. You right. Because I don't know the name of nobody's song. I know some words, but I don't know the name. And I'm probably not even saying the words right. And I'm okay with that too. But yeah. So
Yeah, you would.
you just happen to be a BET girl and I'm just an MTV girl.
Well, no, I was. I think I was diverse. I think when it came down to music, I credit a lot of it because of my grandmother.
Okay.
Because when I was at with her during the week, it was like again we listened to this WDEF or whatever. He was the man. He did give the news, but he was on the radio. So Luther Massengale and Luther Massengale. So they would play like all of that, your soft rock, light rock music. So I listened to that. So I kind of
Mm.
knew that. And then she would kind of switch over to blues. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
hey, the blues is all right. Hey, you don't know that, do you?
I
Bobby Blue
heard it.
Man.
I heard it. I heard that name. So let me
Okay.
just say this. So people made fun of Kev on stage because he didn't know who Anita Baker was, and I didn't know who she was either for real. I knew Gladys Knight because I used to watch Designing Women. So therefore I knew who Gladys Knight was because I think
How
they
did you say
did
his
like a
name was on
midnight train
Designing
to
Women?
no, because I think they had played her song Midnight Train to Georgia on Designing Women. So I knew who Gladys Knight was, but like when it comes to like that group of people, like that age range of people, Gladys Knight was probably I knew Gladys Knight and I knew Patti LaBelle, but I only knew Patti LaBelle because of the show she was on. I don't know if I knew her like for her music for real, until I seen that show that she
So
was
you
on.
didn't know Gladys, Gladys, Gladys.
And also because of I think I know Gladys because of the different world as well. So I knew who Gladys was,
Mm.
but like when it comes to like I knew Dionne Warwick from being on the infomercials. I don't think I knew any of her music. So when it comes to that age range or whatever, like that category of women, I knew Gladys Knight and I knew Patti LaBelle.
So growing up,
Anita,
did
no
you
clue.
ever?
Like when people be talking about the raps, I'll be like, "What is y'all talking about?" Like I don't know this. I don't know this song.
So okay, so if you watched Yeehaw, then
Mm-hmm.
surely you probably watched Solid Gold back in the day with Dionne Ward.
Mm-mm. I don't even know what that is.
So
I watched the
Solid
Soul
Gold,
Train. I watched Soul Train.
they'll give you a 1 point. I
Like
mean, like,
people always be like, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna take your black card." You can't take anything that odd naturally is part of me, but I just like like you can't take it away. Like I'm not concerned about that. It's just that it's a lot of things that
do you remember
don't move
Showtime at
me.
the Apollo?
Yeah.
Whew, we getting somewhere.
Like I'm still black, regardless of my taste in music or what I watch. Like that's why it's a lot of movies that people mention that I be like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like I only know them because of clips and people like repeatedly saying things. Like when people be like, "Ain't nobody come see you on this." I ain't never seen that movie.
You never watched The Temptations?
Oh wait, that's not Five Heartbeats. Okay, then I think I have seen the Temptation. But I ain't watched the Five Heartbeats or New Jack City. I don't watch none of that stuff. I don't know anything
You
like
haven't watched New
that's
Jack
not
City?
that's not my lane. Mm-mm. Have you seen Clueless?
I mean, one time, and this is something that I mean, because them the one, I mean, with Stacey Dash and all of them.
hmm Alicia Silverstone, which was in all the Aerosmiths videos for a while. I listened to Aerosmith.
This is disheartening.
Why are you making you a drink? You like, this too much.
You see, this is disheartening to me. I had to fill my cup up. My spirit is tore up.
Yeah.
So what you gonna have to do is what we gonna have to create. Like if we take a little winter sabbatical, little winter break, before we go into the 20s and the 26th. Do you gonna we? I need the people to come up with a list of stuff that you gonna have to do
Nope.
research on. You going
No.
the
Nope.
Temptations? You can. That's
Maybe I've
on.
seen the Temptation, but I thought that was from Five Heartbeats. God, I know I didn't see that. But no,
You just didn't
I
find
done been
nights
all
like
these years
this.
without. I done been all these years without it. I'm good. Like it's just not anything that I think is gonna like make me want to watch it. Never seen Roots. I don't really do those kind of movies. Um, I seen Color Purple.
Who hadn't seen The Color Purple?
I'm just saying. I don't, you know.
People, Houston, we have a problem.
Nope, it's not a problem. I'm okay with it.
My spirit is shook.
I thought you knew this already.
Not
like,
all of it.
like, I'm a pop girly.
Asked her about Taylor Swift. She can run down all the stats of her.
No, she's my birthday twin. But I'm not really like, and I know some of her songs, don't get me wrong, but no. I will probably know more about Ariana Grande than I know about Taylor. And I've been to an Ariana Grande concert too.
That little girl with that ponytail on top of her head that was in
hmm
Wicked.
hmm
She got some songs
She got a lot of them.
that
Her
play on the
concert
radio.
was, yeah, I don't think recently, but yeah,
Oh, so
I'd
she's
have
not
been.
an actress full time.
Well, yeah, technically yes, because she started on Disney.
Really?
She was,
She was on the Disney. She started on Disney.
I think she started on Victorious because I used to watch that too. I used to watch the Gracie. I used to watch the Victoria, and but I think she was on. It's a Cat and somebody with the girl that I think you had mentioned before. Oh my goodness,
Ooh.
the girl that wrote a book like her mama or her daddy or somebody died, and she wrote a book.
Oh,
And
like
she
thank
was
your mom for dying or something. It was
yeah, that girl, Jeanette
okay.
McCarty or
I didn't know
whatever.
she was from Disney. I
Hmm.
remember hearing about the book though. What was it? Thanks, Mom, or something about Mama dying.
Where is what show? But if I'm not mistaken, she started off on Victorious. On double check. But yeah, so I was right. She started off on Victorious and then she was on Sam and Cat. And Sam, the other person is Jeanette. Jeanette is Sam and Ariana Grande is Cat.
Hmm. Okay, learn something new.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. All very interesting things.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know Kimberly was not that what's the word? I'm not vested. What's the word I'm looking for? Not as knowledgeable as in for the 90s. Uh, but she loved a good
I know
juvenile 99 to
alternative.
2000.
I do alternative rock and pop. I was alternative rock like Aerosmith. I love them. Hmm.
Okay, that's all right. That's what makes the world go round, peeps.
Hmm. Exactly.
Hmm.
So for episode 41, the show that we watch, or as I like to call it, the documentaries or whatever that Jamila be suggesting, because again, they're mostly documentaries. Which is nothing wrong with that because I watch them too. I'm just saying, like, it's not a movie. Um, but was this a couple of episodes or just one? Was
No,
this
it's
one?
just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Mm-hmm.
was Alabama Solution. And this was about the prison system in none other than the great state of Alabama, where I am from.
The Sweet Home Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
That what would they name the song? That Sweet Home Alabama. Leonard Skinner.
Skinner. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. In the group Alabama as well. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, I know, I know some things.
Oh Lord. But I think, go ahead. It was definitely an eye opener.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead and explain it.
okay, so basically, this is kind of like a documentary of all the things that is taking place currently. I can't remember exactly how many prisons it is right now, and I'm
I
looking
feel
at my
like they
notes.
went
So
through
I think it's
because
like
I want to
eight
say,
or I feel like it's a lot of numbers. It's between 8 and 11 or something. Like it's a lot of them. It's
but
a
then they
lot
kind
of
of
them.
went down it, and it was only what 2 or 3 maybe at the end. Maybe that was
All that stuck with the strike or whatever, but
yeah.
then they gave up
Oh
too.
yeah, that was
So
a strike. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, those prisons are still there's some prisons in the state of Alabama. I also feel like Alabama probably has more prisons than they need to have.
I thought that was
Um,
kind of. I mean, because I mean, not that I know how many Tennessee has. Uh, but I guess I didn't know that one state had. Now you got your little county jails, but I guess as far as prisons go, I think they did have quite a lot. I was like, that's a bit much, maybe.
I'm finna look because I was like 14. They operate 14 prisons. The Alabama Department of Correction
Now,
does.
how many Tennessee got? Because I'm curious. We shouldn't have no more than these are not. These are fed prison, not fed. These are not fed, right?
The state.
Just state
Tennessee has
prison.
14 state prisons.
Hmm. Okay.
That's a lot.
But I feel like they still continue to build more
Yeah,
prisons.
because as people call her, I don't call her that because I live in Tennessee. But as they call Grandma Meemaw,
Is that
she wants
Ivy?
to have yeah, okay, Ivy. She wants to have I don't know what they call it. Well, yes, I do.
What?
Let's not
Wait a
lie.
minute.
I
Why
mean,
they
let's not
call it
lie.
Grandma Bebo?
They be like, oh, Meemaw. They are. It's
But you know what? I think after I watched this the first time, I was curious to kind of know about Sister K. So Sister K is not married, has no children.
They say she's a lesbian. That's allegedly what the people have said. Because
Oh,
apparently, I think she had some woman that say, oh, I take it back. When I look at this thing now, it says that Alabama has 15 state prison, which houses, and this is according to the little whatever, houses 26,000, over 26,000 inmates. They have 2 private prisons. So is that not including? I'm not even sure.
private. What private
So
mean?
basically, like Core Civic, they used to have a different name,
Okay.
but
Oh,
now they
because you know
changed their
what?
name to Core Civic.
And because of the stuff that was going on with them. Because you know what? I see, is it Core Civic and Centurion or
I don't know, and I can't even remember I can't even let me Google this because this is
I
gonna
feel like
bother
it's
me if
another
I
one
don't
called
know.
Centurion or something. And maybe that's just the one here. Uh because at work, you see that some
Core Civic is headquartered here.
yeah. But what's the other one? Is it
When I say
Centurion?
here, I mean like Tennessee.
Yeah.
Um, who it used to be called what is that name? Come on.
Because I know at my place of employment, when someone comes in and they
It
return
used to
it
be
back to them,
Correction
they go.
Corporations of America. It used to be their name.
So I feel like there's another one that maybe it is. Is it Centurion? When you said Core Civic, I feel like Centurion.
Core Civic is the one that I feel like most people know because it used
Mm,
to be called, like I said, because of the previous name
mm-hmm.
being called Corrections Corporation of America. So
Okay.
basic CCA. I feel like a lot of people have heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they changed their name to Core Civic though, from
Mm,
my understanding. Um, and it probably has a lot to do with, some controversies and stuff like that they had going on. Um, cuz let me just give you a little quick thing that I figured out. So, it's this show called, I think it's not Mythbusters. It has I think it's Adam Explains It or whatever.
mm,
And they were talking about this particular company under the old
mm-hmm.
name, if I'm not mistaken. And how it works is that, which makes sense, but it also is the reason why probably laws have been changed and
Okay.
things of that nature. So, say for instance, you have a prison. You say that it has to have at least 75% occupied. You have 100 beds. That means at least at the average out or whatever, however it is, or per month or at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the year, you have to have at least 75 prisoners in there.
Right.
If you don't have 75 prisoners
You
in
losing
there,
funding.
then no, you still have to pay this company, the private company, to because you promised them, basically, it's a
Mm,
contract. you basically promise them that you'll have at least 75% occupancy. And if you don't, you still got to pay for it. It's kind of like, when you go, if they have some kind of dinner or whatever, and it says like it's $100, $1,000 minimum. So it don't matter how many people didn't show up. You still got to pay at least $1,000. It's basically the same way. They looking for that money. And if you don't have it, so that's why I think a lot of times laws get changed because they need to fill the private prisons. That's why some legislators are trying to push it away from that, because you're basically wanting more people to commit crimes, or either putting people in a position that, or how should I say this? You're basically putting yourself in a position that you're making things probably longer sentences than you probably need to
fill
for
those
things.
beds, to fill those spots.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, you know what? And I think that essentially, and I think about this too, hospitals and prisons, they're definitely, you have a quota and you have to keep those beds full. But think about what's the main, probably, money maker for any state is the prisons, which means that's why they're going to continue to build more of them, because that generate money. You're gonna have people in trouble all the time.
Yeah, and because I clearly, I made some notes. Whole stack of notes right here. Right here.
And I need to start taking notes, because see, when I watch it, she's 2-3 weeks behind me.
Yeah, because she's of course watching them first. But what got me on here about this particular documentary is the fact that, and I wish I don't necessarily see it right here in my notes, but wait, let me see. Okay, so they produce 400, I think I got this quote correct, $450 million in goods and services a year, based on the Alabama Department of Corrections, because they are going out doing landscaping. They are being contracted with these other employers and all this stuff.
When they working at the governor's mansion, when they working at the good sister governor, sister Ivy, when they working at her house.
Yep. Okay. So there, it says some inmates work at the governor's mansion. Yeah. I was like, oh, so that's part of why they were on strike, because they are literally servicing all these corporations and everything, and doing all of this, and they are bringing in or providing $450 million in goods and services a year. That's a lot.
And they paying them what, pennies to a dollar?
Pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. So that's one of the reasons why they did a strike. So little bit more backstory of this is that it was a guy that was basically in solitary confinement for about 5 years. Robert Earl, I believe. Robert Earl. No. The two black guys.
Okay.
What is that name? I can't remember. I know one of them was called Robert Earl Counsel, and he went by Kinetic Justice.
That's the one with the family.
He was in solitary confinement for 5 years. They said that Alabama has one of the highest OD, murder, and suicide rates in the prison system. They had a whole bunch of rat infestations. I was like, when he went and showed what was in the toilet and everything, I said, hold on. This is too much. This is too much for me.
But and I understand that the jail should not be the JW Marriott. It shouldn't even be the Best Western, much less the Red Roof Inn. But I feel that the conditions should be livable.
Yeah.
And there should not be rats and roaches, and them serving uh expired food. I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, they did a crime, but they still human.
And then you have to also still consider that some of these people may be in there and they haven't necessarily committed a crime because,
Mm-hmm.
they could just had bad counsel. It could be a lot of things that happen, and they're really not, guilty and anything like that. They were found guilty, but they may actually truly be innocent. Um,
You remember a while back, and oh God, I would say I remember this special coming on, might have been Vice or whatever it was, but you remember the young guy, and he ended up committing suicide.
oh
The
yeah,
black
yeah,
guy,
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
and it was was it over a backpack or something? It was something very.
I want to
It
say
was
his name is
minor.
Khalif Broader.
That's
I
it.
think
It
it's
was
Khalif
Khalid. Yeah.
Broader. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And he was in there like he spent maybe at least maybe 2, 3 years maybe in
Hmm.
jail for something that was simple that he should have gotten out
Yeah.
within a few days or whatever. And did he go to Rikers or
Yeah, I think he
somewhere?
went to Rikers. Yeah.
He got out,
But I double
but
check.
what
Yeah.
but once he got out, it was just too much for him to cope with being free or whatever,
Yeah.
and all of the abuse and stuff that he experienced inside. And he commit suicide?
He did. He
Okay,
he hung himself. Yeah.
okay. Because I want to say I think his mom may have died shortly after that. But again, we have people that are in there for minor things, but also too, it's just the conditions.
Yeah.
They're building more prisons, but it's just like they treating them like they're not even treating them, because clearly folks treat dogs better than they treat
Yeah.
humans. That's just point blank, period. And I feel that this really is sad at how, because in Alabama Solutions, you see how they are recording things,
Hmm.
uh, to show the conditions of the prisons.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I think, and also this may have been maybe a local issue, but it could be, nationwide. How
Okay.
they wanted to fix the frequency, so when nobody use
Oh, the cell
cell
phones.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah, they want to jam him. They basically,
yeah,
yeah, they want to
yeah,
be
want to
able to
jam
jam
like
them.
the frequencies or whatever. Um, but you know, there's always going to be a way around anything.
Hmm.
But I think the reason probably want to jam the system is because of the information that gets out. Partially because of the information that gets out about the conditions of the
Yeah.
jail inside.
Also, okay, so they mentioned how, like, the from my understanding, the whole point of jail or prison, basically, because jail and prison, two different things. The whole point of prison is to be able to, like, help rehabilitate the people. But
Mm-hmm.
as they was mentioning, the people that was on drugs, they still on drugs because you can still get it. And like I said, overdose was one of the main causes of why people have died. And I know that they
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that since they filed the suit with the Department of Justice or whatever they filed with them, they have had 1,000 deaths inside the Alabama prison system. That's a lot.
A whole lot of overdose.
Um, yeah. And well, I think it was a combination of overdose, murder, and suicide. Something else that I thought was very, very interesting and was the fact that how they planned the strike, they saved up food
Mm.
to be able to feed each other, to make sure that they had food. And I said,
Mm.
well, isn't that sweet? Um, and they were talking about the fact that the prison systems don't have as many employees as they should have, and them like basically turning a blind eye to some of the people that are working in the prison system because they are afraid to basically fire them because it's going to be even less manpower. But the fact that the people were saying the drugs still flow through. People are still doing whatever they was doing inside the prison walls that they was doing outside. So it's like any kind of, illegal activity, they're still able to do it.
I mean, because you have those officers that are again bringing stuff in. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, you see it on TV all the time, how the officers are bringing stuff in. And if you want something, you're gonna pay whatever price it is you have to pay to get whatever it is you want or whatever. That's just the way it is. And so, and then too, also, you mentioned, the staffing, like that one guy, the black officer, I can't remember if he beat the guy up.
The Steven, the one that did something to Steven, the white guy
when
that they moved to sent to UAB.
Okay. Yeah, and remember how he was doing a deposition or whatever, and it was just like he was nonchalant because it was like he knew that no matter what he did, they were still gonna hire him now. You see, it wasn't gonna be any consequences to his actions of beating that guy up, that prisoner up. He's still gonna have a job. Hell, he was promoted, I think.
And then Steven, I guess cellmate ended up passing away under suspicious circumstances. Because they kept on saying that Steven, and let me just blow the backstory. Steven is basically a white guy that was in prison from, I believe, Uniontown, Alabama.
I remember way part of Alabama, yeah.
And he ended up being beaten, and they took him to UAB. He ended up passing away. And they basically had a whole cover up as it relates to him, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly. Had a cover up, and they didn't want people to know what he looked like, but his brother ended up taking a picture and plastering it everywhere because they tried to take the cell phones away. And what I found very interesting also about this is that they don't allow journalists and everything in. So nobody is able to actually get like a full story without or video or anything like this. And they said that the Supreme Court says that the warden can restrict journalists' access to prison because of safety concerns. So nobody's getting a true depiction of actually what's going on to be said outside. It's kind of very similar to, what they were saying with the Department of War, aka the Department of Defense, about at the Pentagon, and not allowing you to be able to, like, everything that you write, you got to go through them in order for you to say it, because everything is considered classified and all this stuff. And it made me think of that as I was watching this. But this was definitely, a very interesting, very, very interesting, insightful, because I didn't know most of this thing that they were talking about. Because I'm like you, like I knew of some of the prisons, but I didn't realize they had all of them. Right. Like, that's a lot.
Let me tell you, 14 prisons, that's a lot. But I will say, when they came together, now them rascals came together. I can't say nothing bad about them. They all held 10 toes down, baby, to the last two. You hear me?
Because they had the leader they decided to put him in, I think, back in solitary confinement, or they did something to him, and so nobody was really able to communicate with him, and they weren't able to. And I remember, what is the guy name? I guess it was Robert Earl, maybe. I don't know. But he was upset. He was like, "You can't go without a meal for one day. You done been without your family for 20 years. And you talking about you can't go without a meal for one day?" I was like, tell him. But yeah, but basically they ruled Stephen deaf. I think they ruled the his roommate. I think they ruled his death as natural causes.
The way one of them was laying up in that hospital bed with all them tubes, that wasn't natural causes.
I'm saying, like, I think it was his cellmate. I said roommate, but not his cellmate. His same cellmate, James Sales, was found dead just 1 month before he should have been released, and he had got 15 years. I'll be right, because they're really extensive notes, baby, about things that I be watching. That's why I like to watch. That's why I like to watch the documentaries. I'll be like, wait, hold on. If we got to watch 5 episodes, baby, this is rough. But I can do good.
But this was one though that really, kind of, kept your attention, again, because it shows, again, we know that prisons are not, hotels, but again, just how they, treat the inmates. And I also too would say is that I feel that a lot of times, sometimes the guards that sign up for jobs there at the prison, they really bitches, and that's because I'm just being honest, because you can do that stuff in the prison, but you wouldn't do that stuff out in public. I'm just saying, because they know they can get away with it. Who is sad, but who's going to go against a correction officer versus a prisoner?
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, because they have rights also. But for that man there, the guy that was on deposition or whatever, and was like, yeah, but he did this, he did that, yada yada yada, not really taking account to what he did, and he get promoted, moved up, and so I just think again that you may have some good officers out there, but I guarantee you a good portion of them, they in there because they know they can get away with what they're doing. They wouldn't get away with it in the street.
Now,
that's just the way I feel about it.
Couple notes else I have on here is that they had a barbecue apparently every year at the prison, presented by volunteers. They at one point in time was having revival as well. But one of the men cracked me up, said they just doing this for the camera because that's not the normal food they provide us. Again.
Let's just say we all know that jobs, baby, when they know that the peoples is watching, they would go the extra mile. You would get good food. Everything would be clean, top to bottom. When they know it's company in the building, they go the extra mile.
Now, another thing that the guy said, I don't know if it was Kinetic or the other guy, but he said a hungry man is a dangerous man because they will be desperate. And he said they mix the regular with the mentally ill, so now they have to watch out for them to make sure they aren't hurt or will hurt them. And I was like, this man was really insightful about what was going on, because he's telling the truth. Desperate people make desperate decisions, and they make temporarily you know what I'm trying to say, decisions that affects them, continuously and permanently.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, and I know this was in the news about the fact that um KIV, Governor Meemaw,
Mm.
as people call,
Governor
wanted to
Meemaw,
use
now that tickles me.
the money, or wants to use the money for education to help build the prisons, because she wants those, I think it's 2 or 3 mega prisons that she want to be able to do. But it
And
doesn't
that goes
matter
to
if
show
you
when the
are.
people don't care nothing about education, but they willing to build 3 other prisons. And what number is in Alabama on the list of education numbers? Probably next to Mississippi, and we know they in the bottom.
But it has to do with the fact that they are making $450 million a
It's
year
money. It's revenue.
off the
I mean,
off the back of the prisoners. Now, I'm gonna save my question and ask it on the uh
next week
on a post.
on the post. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
But and never mind, I might as well go ahead and say it. Like, it's just something that I thought of in my head, because I be thinking about stuff, and I was like, with all the prisoners doing all of these things, like, are they able to put it on their resume? Because I feel like if you go to prison and they got you doing this, then you should be able to be like, I did this, and this is on my resume. Because why not? Like, I really want to know that. Like, because I'm just saying, some of these people were doing a lot of stuff. Like, someone was in the
So
kitchen, someone was doing laundry, someone was going to these other places doing landscaping and all this stuff. Like, yeah, you been in prison for like 15 years, but like, you got 15 years of experience as like a landscaper.
oh
Like,
my
that
god.
should be able to help you get a job coming out. And then that's
I
why
mean,
which also leads me to the fact that in my mind, I'm thinking like, of course, people keep saying like they don't want to hire felons and all this stuff, and questions about, do you need to ask people if they felons, da da da. But I'm like, if you literally had these people working for some of these companies with a Alabama Department of Correction shirt on, then they should be able to still go back to their job and work there, because they already know how to work the system. I'm just saying, it
I
should be
mean,
easy.
you know what? I'm with you when you're right. I'm picking up what you're laying down because I mean, who better yet to hire for landscaping somebody that's been doing it for 15 years?
Okay,
Just
that's all
saying.
I've been doing.
And
And then be
honestly,
like, and I did it at the governor's mansion, baby. What?
you know what? Because that mean you did what you followed the rules and regulations and everything that people told you to do for you, first of all, to be off campus at the governor's mansion doing landscaping. And that was free for her. Then they done gave them 10 cents probably to go out there. Yeah, I hire you because I mean that means you know how to keep some shit growing. So I
Mm-hmm.
sign you honestly, and I may even hire one of them as a cook because you know how to cook for a multitude of people.
Okay. Exactly. That's how I see it too. I feel like that's why I'm like, these people got a lot of extensive knowledge and training on a lot of stuff. Like, they're at some of these plants, I think they were saying. It was a
Mm.
whole combination of places that these prisoners were working at, that these inmates were working at. And I'm like, that's amazing. So that's why I'm like, they should be able to come out, because you can't say they don't have work experience, and then you can't just not be working. Apparently, they don't allow you to not work
And you
somewhere.
know what else they got? Conflict resolution. If you can sit here and hold a whole uh shutdown, I mean protest amongst the other conflict resolution, you know
Okay.
how to plan. So you know what? I'll hire you. This is the thing. Everybody need a second chance. And I
Mhm.
think that again, if you come out, because I know it's kind of frowned upon when people are released from jail and nobody really wants to give them a chance. But everybody deserves a second chance. And you know
Yeah.
what? If you done sat there and did the time right now, and because I really would ask it, okay, so if you participated in the in the what we call, not the shutdown, what we
The
calling it?
strike. The strike.
The strike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how did you get everybody to participate? What did y'all do for those that were sick? You see what I'm saying? Those that needed their medication. I think it was also too somebody they know they was on their drugs. They was right there helping them out. Cause we think about it, those people down there in the prison, they smart folks. I'm not just gonna say that those in the prison because everybody has some level of
Yeah.
smartness to
Everybody
them.
got a gift. Yeah.
Everybody got a
Everybody.
gift. But honestly, and I know if you ain't got nothing but time on your hand and you can't do nothing but read and do whatever, but those people are really smart. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if you just give them a chance, they can be great outside,
Yeah.
because we need prison reform, those that, want to do better because
Yeah.
everybody that's in prison don't necessarily want to be in that bad boy. That's just like everybody at the hospital. Everybody don't want to be in a hospital,
Yeah.
for all those times. And so, I think you have to learn a lot of survival skills. Let me put that when you're in
Mm-hmm.
prison. I'm quite sure there's survival skills. You got to learn how to communicate with folks. You got to learn. Yeah, I mean, it's just probably a lot of things that you can learn out in the streets, or you just may learn in everyday life. Just everyday activities. But think about it when you in prison
Yeah.
and you
I
in
don't
there
want to
with
think about me
folks.
being in prison though,
I
but
don't
I
want
get
to
it.
think about it because Lord, if I got any more favor left, Lord, I don't want to go there.
Okay.
I don't know, Lord, if that's. I don't want. Let me tell you, Lord, I can do the work. Let me do the work of the people outside. I don't ever want to go there. Don't no. I don't want to go. Now, did I do a job interview at one of them because I wanted to see what it looked like on the inside? I did. I did. I did an interview. I did. It was freshly after watching that special that was on Netflix, and I really want to see what it looked like down there. And I went, but I knew that was not the job for me. But I commend those that work there or
Yeah.
what at the prison. But again, I think everybody deserves a second chance, and they need to be treated as humans
Yeah.
in there in that prison because again they are essentially they keeping the state running,
Yeah.
whether it is landscaping, making tags, because I guess do they make tags in prison?
Somebody said that is that. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah, I wonder has that ever been confirmed.
because somebody
uh
said they also do like customer service and stuff like that too.
really?
Hmm.
Oh, I thought all our customer service folk, nothing against the folks that's over there in India, but I thought that's where they was at. So you mean to tell me like the people in jail is doing, but see, you know what? That's fine. Because you know what it teaches them? Computer skills,
Yep.
typing skills, things
Hmm.
that will help them when they get out of the prison. So you know what? Watch it as y'all call Sister K in Alabama?
Meemaw, Governor Meemaw.
Grandma Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, uh, Governor Meemaw, Granny Clampett, or whatever, uh, Alabama. And this really, it can't even, I ain't gonna put it all on Governor Meemaw. Just the correction of the judicial system and better needs to they need to do better. So watch it. It really is a good documentary. It's like an hour, 40 minutes maybe. It's worth the watch.
Yep. Definitely that. And speaking of prisoners, which technically the people have lost their everlasting mind as it relates to Birmingham police chief. The comments are getting outrageous.
I mean, the man is good looking.
He is, but I don't.
I mean, he's good
don't
looking.
get me wrong, he's an attractive guy, but I don't see him as being like fine. I just don't see that. But don't get me wrong, he's an attractive guy. I think I saw a video. I think his body, I think it's more his body than his face. And I'm not saying, again, I think he's an attractive man, but I think people are liking I don't know what they liking, to be honest. I'm just saying.
I think the people's is liking him again because you don't see many good looking police chiefs. I mean, they all butterball round. So I mean,
but he looks really, really fit. Like, don't get me wrong. I think his body is because he looks really, really fit. And like I said, so anybody get on here and be like, you ain't all that, da 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 da. Baby, listen, I don't care what you say. This is my opinion, people. I'm just saying. I said the man is attractive. I just don't see him as far out because, like, even dudes are making comments about him.
What the dude saying?
They saying a lot. It's a lot.
That he ain't good looking?
No, like I think they think he fine too. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on.
I mean, you know what? I think Mr. is good looking. I'm gonna say that. I think he's good looking. And we have to look at it like this. This too will pass. We just need one more good looking man to come crawl. Don't you go down that damn steps. Sorry.
I thought he wasn't walking.
Oh, he walking. He can't walk unsupervised down them steps, but he walking.
Okay.
But we digress. Back to this regular scheduled program. I think he's good looking, but I think it comes in waves. You have to look at it like this. It comes in waves when we had Felon Bay that was riding at the man they had said he was good looking. Mugshot Bay or whatever it was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Shoot, I can't think of his real name. He went on to a model and everything.
Yeah. He became a whole full-fledged model. So I think that he will the heat is on him right now. And you know what? Birmingham and not that Birmingham need good news, because I think Birmingham has really been doing very well.
And that was Jeremy Meeks. Jeremy Meeks is the one that turned into the model.
He ended up having a baby with somebody. I don't know. But I think that, hey, the good police chief, good looking. Shit, if I saw him in the street, I'd throw my hand up at him and be like, hey, don't jump. I would say, keep going. You're doing good, sir.
And by the way, if you don't know, the Birmingham police chief is named Michael Pickett. And so people are speculating about everything, whether or not he's really married or not, whether he likes women or not.
Oh my God!
Really? Girl, of course, with the love comes the hate, baby. You can't. They are not. That's why I'm like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But see, and this is where I think we get too caught up in people, because that man just didn't start being good looking when he got to be police chief. He was
Okay.
good. He was good looking when he was just a police officer arresting people and pulling them over. So it's not like he just got good looking. He's always been good looking. So my thing is, okay, why suddenly now people want to question whether he likes women or he likes men or whatever? Just because, and not all police officers are with the bullshit. Now I don't know. Again, I don't know what that what that man
Yeah.
reputation is down there. But again, this ain't his first day being cute. Man that clearly has been cute for a long time.
Yeah.
So just because he is not uh you know maybe out there hoeing around, and he needs to keep some of his life private. I mean, that's the problem. We think we have to put everything we do on social
Yeah.
media, and it doesn't need to be on social media. So if he has a family, let that family live in peace. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Because that's a dangerous job. And then imagine somebody getting mad at you because you arrested somebody or some, and now they taking it out on your spouse and your kids. Let them people be. So,
Let
but
them
yeah.
people be. I mean, and we know the people in Birmingham, baby, gonna know if he got somebody or if he dating somebody knows somebody that knows somebody.
Okay,
So
unless somebody know how to,
we
unless
gonna
them
let him.
somebodies know how to shut
We
up.
gonna let that man. Know that man being good looking,
Yep.
and let him save the city and keep the city abreast and not abreast. Keep the city safe.
Yep.
Good chief.
And he is
If
from
I was in
he's from
Birmingham,
Birmingham.
I would have nominated you.
Yeah, apparently he
There
went to
it is.
Ramsey.
Let that man be. Where
He
he
went
go
to
to school
Ramsey
at?
and he
That's
went
what we need to be worried about.
he went to Ramsey High School and
What
then he
college
went
he
to
go to?
Miles College. Miles. So he Birmingham through and through. He
He
ain't new to
stayed
this.
at
He true to
home.
this. Yeah.
He stayed at home. You hear me?
Yep.
That man done stayed down there at home. He's staying in the community. High five, chief. Keep doing what you're doing, boo. You good looking and things.
Yep.
I would take a picture with you if I saw you down in them Birmingham streets.
Yeah.
But
Now I did
this
see a funny
he just
video of
famous for the moment.
I did see a funny video of some lady going to the Birmingham Police Department headquarters and with her camper chair and sitting out. Talking about, I'll just wait till he come by. So, because they like I think she was
Now
like, I
that
gotta
man
shoot
got to
my
have
shot.
security because
Okay.
y'all asses want to go down there. Now you about to shoot your shot all right down there at the psych hospital, right? There go down there to Legion Field.
Okay.
You're right there.
Mm-mm.
Let that man be. But he is good looking. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
And if I knew him, hey, if I see him again, if I see him whenever I'm down there in Birmingham, hey chief, hey captain, whatever your name is,
Oh
and
yeah,
Will.
I do want to say this before we go to our last topic. Um, Today is Tamia's birthday, aka Lil Mama. So that's probably
Hey,
why they
little
haven't made any
mama.
comments, but I'm quite sure she's gonna rewatch the show. But happy birthday to you, Lil Mama.
Hey, little mama. She's a
she
Scorpio,
turned
so that means
she
she's
turned
with
18.
people.
She turned
Happy
18.
birthday,
Yeah, my little niece.
my fellow
Um
Scorpio.
mm. So in China, they are making you saying that if you want to be on social media and speak of this topic, you need to be an expert. And I feel like they need to do this in the United States of America as well. Because the things that I hear people say in industries that I know about, and I'm like, That is not the truth. Why are you lying to the people? And then I think some other people just be like, oh, I'm a lawyer today. Let me just go ahead and tell you I'm a doctor today. We don't know if these people are doctors or lawyers or anything for real. They could just be saying it just for the sake of saying it. So kudos to China. How you feel about that?
You know what? I agree with it because we have a lot of people out here that have started podcasts. And we one of them. Not one time have we got on here and said, baby, we may be experts in our field. Uh and we know what we do when we at the workplace. But there's
Mm-hmm.
not one time we got on here and gave these good people some advice on what to do. We talking amongst friends. That's yeah.
Exactly.
We talking amongst each other. Now we'll give you some facts. But
And I
again, I
definitely
think
Google.
we'll Google and we can tell you based off our experiences and our expertise. But I do feel that there are a lot of people on this in this podcast world
And
that
social
give
media in general, especially
and
like
social
TikTok.
media
I
in
know they
general.
can't do TikTok in China, but still.
Yeah, but I think in this podcast world, in this social media world, we have people that give advice that's really not credentialed to give any advice on on these topics. And you also too have to be cautious of those that have degrees and that give advice. And so should you be qualified to give a particular advice? I think so. I can Let me tell you one thing I cannot do, and that is go out here, baby, and tell somebody something medically to do. I work with nurses and doctors all day, but I can't give you no medical advice. I can't tell you what medication regimen to get on. I can't do that. But if you want some good resources and whatever in my area of expertise, I can do that. But we have people that get on this good enters on Al Gore. If you of a certain age, is Al Gore internet. If you are of another particular age, you are on Blue Ivy internet. And then you may be on the Beyonce internet, but you're gonna either be on Al Gore, Beyonce, or Blue Ivy internet. And a lot of folks don't need to be on here giving advice because some folks are miserable and they just won't they say stuff so people can agree with them so they can feel like they doing or they're saying the right thing. So China, let me tell you, China gonna be they're gonna be always 2-3 steps ahead of us over here in the United States of Americas.
Yeah.
They gonna always be 2-3 steps ahead. Now, while some of that may be is that all that what is that Korea baby when they with Kim Jong Un and baby
North Korea.
you ain't baby let me tell you over there in the Korea you ain't watching a whole lot of foolishness over there. They limiting what you gonna watch over
Well,
there.
I think China is the same way as well.
Yeah, so you ain't gonna get on them folks over that internet cutting up and talking that rah. No. Mm-mm. And it needs to stop here. You need to have some credentials. Now, if you're gonna get on this internet and bullshit to folks and talk about regular stuff, that's fine. But don't go on here giving advice because there are people that are gullible enough, naive enough to listen and think what you say is the gospel.
Yeah,
And they're gonna turn them down. They're gonna put them down in a good old rabbit hole that they don't even need to be down in.
that's true.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you take in. And I had this conversation with my manicurist the other day. We have to be careful of what we consume and what we take in on
Mm-hmm.
social media because everything that people say and preach on the internet is not true and not valid. And
Yeah.
while I like to, and everybody knows that I love a good cult documentary, love it, love it. And the reason I love a good cult documentary is because I am amazed at how people kind of fall for stuff and they know who they can get. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They know what they can say. They know who uh what their audience is, and so that's why you have to know some things for yourself so that you don't get caught up and not take everything, to heart because everybody don't mean good.
No.
Here on Real Life is Friends, baby, we gonna be honest with you. We
Okay.
that's all we know how to do is be upfront and honest. We'll laugh and kiki with you, and we'll joke, but at the end of the day, we don't want nothing said that you gonna say, oh, they said that. This the gospel.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
Cause I easily pull it up and be like, that's such and such. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Cause ain't nobody trying to sue me or her for money we don't have.
That
And
part,
even if
and
we
when we
did have the money, we don't want you suing us.
that part, because when we do get them coins, baby, we want to continue to be regular, and we just gonna eat a little bit more fancy and drink a little bit more fancy. That's about it, but we gonna still be real.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we just gonna be able to do, be a little extra bougie, but we still gonna be relatable, and that's the thing. I feel like when you're be upfront and honest, you there because people love to go out here and say, when somebody you come into the table, you need to bring XYZ. Or when you come to the table, because my manager, she showed me a clip of this guy said that and I'm gonna have to ask her to send it to me so I can send it to you.
Okay.
This guy said, when you are with him, in other words, you need to bring something else to the table and you need to fix the void that is in him. So if you're bringing something to the table, and he used, for instance, I think maybe the cookout, don't bring baked beans when somebody else has brought baked beans. You bring something else to the table. And if I have a hole in my heart, or there's a void in my life, that's what you need to feel. No.
I didn't know I signed up to be. I'll be like, I didn't know I signed up to be a life coach or a therapist because, baby, I don't have not a degree or a certification in either one of them.
And let me tell you, I have a degree in social work, but what I'm gonna tell you, what I'm not gonna do is I can't fix you. This is not build a whoever. I
Okay.
can't do that. You have to do the work, because this is the thing. If you feel like you got a hole in your life or a void in your life, I'm not one to come around and try and fill that void, and that void gonna be me. No, I can't do that. You need to do the work.
Yeah.
Iana Van Zant done told her, we trying to be from peace, get in peace, and not be in pieces around here. That's
Okay.
what Iana Van Zant said. Beloved sister girl said. I'm not fixing. I can't fix you, and I need work on myself. No,
Okay.
that's not how this works.
And then what, the hole in your heart that you talking about, or a piece that you need fixing or whatever, who's not to say that's not a something in you that won't tear me down? So why would I want to be around
Ain't no need of both of us riding this sapsucker looking stupid
that?
and hurt. Somebody, I'm not supposed to bring you down. If I done did the work, why am I gonna sit here and try and help you build or do whatever? No. And if I'm bringing something to the table, what's wrong with having? I don't cook baked beans, but what's wrong with having two different kind of drinks around there at the cookout? Who said we got to stick to Coca Cola when I may want to bring lemonade? You see what I'm saying? You can
Hilarious.
always have more than one.
Yeah,
So, I'm with the folks over there, baby. You need to
I
be an
am too.
expert. I'm with them. I'm with them. Everybody does not need to give advice. Hell, even Dr. Phil got boogered up. He don't need to be giving advice.
Uh, well, that was even questioning, one time whether or not he really had credentials in the first place. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying.
See, so anybody then that goes so anybody can be a doctor. Baby, they giving out doctorate degrees like they giving out cups of water down there in a marathon. So again, people is getting these doctorate degree ain't went to nobody school. Everybody don't. You get a doctorate. You get a doctorate.
You just must
No,
have watched somebody do a marathon. Because why did you come up with that?
that's how they give them out. Baby, they give them out just like they give them paper cuts when you done ran a marathon, baby. Here. Essentially, that's what the people said. You go down here. They got to see again. I'm here for the people. Some folks you deserve an honorary doctorate. Some folks you do. But then we have a point where folks are just around here getting honorary doctorates and they ain't proving themselves. No, no.
I personally, when it comes to like the honorary doctorate for real, I think like I'm not saying you need to at least have a master's degree, but I need you to at least have a bachelor's degree and have seen college before they start giving you out honorary degrees.
You
I'm
ain't got to have
sorry.
no full-fledged bachelor's. You know what? Get your associate. If you went to the community college, baby, I give you a doctorate. This you can move on from associate to bachelor's. I give you a honorary bachelor's degree.
Oh,
Everybody don't need to jump up and end up
okay.
with a high school diploma, and the next thing you know, they around here with a doctorate. That math don't math.
Mm-mm. It don't at all.
Mm-mm. High five, Charlie.
For episode number 41, Mila has to shout out for this episode. So, Mila, who are you shouting out for episode 41 of Real Life is Friends podcast?
You know what? I'm going to shout out the agencies in various communities that are helping out individuals. I know a lot of people are not receiving their SNAP benefits and very just not, and some people are not even receiving jobs. If you're in the federal government, you're not receiving
Yeah.
your
Hey.
paycheck. It's been probably at least what, two paychecks maybe that you haven't received anything. So my shout out is to the communities that are doing what people providing meals, providing food, providing assistance, just to those that are in need. I know again we're
Mm-hmm.
in some very very strange times right now, and so a lot of people are really living paycheck to paycheck, and uh, a lot of people now having to dip into their savings, which
Yeah.
a lot of people just really haven't had savings. you know so my shout out is to those that are helping each other out, their fellow man out. And you can reach out to either one of us too if you need some information on resources. We can definitely link you up with those that can help you. But uh, our shout out is to those community agencies that are helping in this time of need. So if you can, donate. I know at my job they're donating. People are donating to give for like baskets and stuff to employees.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, employees during this time. So if you can help out. Uh, you never know. There comes a time when we all gonna need help from
Mm-hmm.
somebody. So be there for one another.
Yes, we definitely want to thank and appreciate those people,
Mm-hmm.
because now is the time for community, and this is what community is all about: helping your fellow mankind. And um yeah, so if you do want resources or anything,
Mm-hmm.
definitely give us a contact, definitely give us a call,
Mm-hmm.
or you can send us an email or something like that. We're on Facebook at Kimberly Mila. We are on um, Instagram as Real Life is Friends. We also have reallifeisfriends at gmail.com. And we, of course, have a telephone number of 615. What? Do that real quick. 615-475-8152. And we'll definitely be able to get you into some resources, because we do know of several resources that are available. And it does not matter whether or not you're in Alabama or whether or not you are in Tennessee. We have resources available in any of those areas. And if you don't live in any one of those areas, we may still have some resources that may be available to you as well. Um, but yeah, for episode number 41, a Real Life is Friends podcast, this is one of your hosts, Kimberly, and she is Mila. And peace up, A Town.